Feel better. Well, I'm pretty sure that's even better. Uh, yeah, I think I look good as good. So welcome. Thank you guys for being here. You know, welcome to another episode of the podcast. Thank you for joining the family. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen and be a part of what is this. I appreciate all. I appreciate all you guys for being here. I do. Every single one of y'all, you out there, you're special. You're a true one. You're a real one. So yeah, today's topic, today's conversation, shall I say, is about the dating world. And I know it's not the most amazing subject, but it's most informational because it comes with a lot. Now, being the age that I am, 22, of course, this is a time where most people find their partner, like they're in their sort of relationship, or they're like your boy, single and just trying to see what's out there. For those who are, in a committed relationship, props to y'all. Um, I hope y'all break. I don't. I'm wish y'all the best, but at the same time, I can understand how somebody from my point of view could just look at that and be mad and just want to, you know, throw hands because it's just like you have it, why can't we? But again, it's like I guess it's just not our time, it's not our moment. So all my single people who are watching, I'm with y'all. I'm with you, and we're living it out day by day. But yeah, again, those who are in a committed relationship, props to y'all. Congrats, happy for y'all, and forever more wishes to y'all. If you guys are watching this, thank you. If you are watching it by yourself and not with your partner, I want you to take the time to pause the video, grab your partner, tell them to sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of my voice and the entertainment that is here. Um, yeah. Before I jump in, I just want a quick disclaimer. Your boy is he's all over the place. According to last video, it posted late. A lot of stuff wasn't done on time, and I apologize. If you're waiting, you know, if I had you sitting there wondering, is he going to release? It's a day past. It's my fault. I take full accountability. Your boy's trying to handle school, work, and this. So again, I apologize. But your boy's locked in. He's ready. He's gonna be on pace. He's locking back in. Okay, the grind does not stop until we are what the number one podcast. Your boy's dream is up here. I need y'all to lock in and support me. But it's okay. The time will come. But this hard work, it won't stop. So be prepared for the long videos, the extra clips. Might even throw some bloopers. I don't even know. But y'all will be seeing a lot more of the podcast as time goes on. But yes, thank you. So yeah, again, let's jump into the conversation. As I said, being my 22-year-old self, dating is uh, I'm gonna say it's a privilege. It's like it's a thing that doesn't come to a lot of people. It's a skill that I guess it's learned. So I guess putting yourself out there and hoping that it goes well. Dating is hard. It's not as easy as most people may think. Like it was back when you were in high school. Before, usually be like, I like such and such. You go talk to them, boom, boom, boom. They might like you too. Boom, simple. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There was no handouts. There was no guys. There was no walkthroughs. There was no nothing. You just go out there, you do whatever, boom, bam. And in a slight situation, you might get rejected. But even then, you was like, in elementary school. You might be sad about it for a day or two, boom, bam. Go on about your day. Whatever. Now, in current day history, you have to have a nice criteria, a good set list before you even think about going into dating. You need to make sure your priorities are set and straight of what you want, what you like, and ever so more. Whatever else you need in a quote unquote partners thing, all you need to have that planned out and written out. Apparently, you can't just go out there and just hope for the best because that's just terrible, I guess. So yeah, a lot of people they have their standards mighty high. Of course, they have some of the simple foundation of honest, truthful, kind, whatever. But then there's the fine line, the little whatever you want to call it, but the little hidden what would I call it? The little hidden things that they look for in a person, and in some cases, it's stuff that you may not even be able to control. Like I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, most females look for guys that are about 6 foot. They have a blue collar job, and they get someone be that financial person in their life. They want the man to be how it was back in the days before, like years where men were the provider, women just were there to be the household take cares, whatever the case is. I don't know how 100% accurate that is. I'm sure some of that is still the same, but I don't know if it's 100% like it was before. I think that's insane. You're telling me if a guy isn't 6 foot, he's already crossed off the list? So let's say if he was 5'10" and he had all the stuff else that you're looking for, because he wasn't 6 foot, that's not enough. And you may think, what? So what if he's 5'10"? He has everything else. That's what I would say the same thing to you. So what? But no, no, no. These lists, these criteria that I guess both men and female put each other in, it's like some of the worst things ever. It's like if you don't meet one, it's automatically no. Even if the one is something you can't control. And what's worse is that people out there are actually trying to like change that. So let's say you meet a guy who's 5'10" and you're saying, oh, he needs to be 6 feet for you to date him. There are men out there getting surgery to be taller. Now, I want y'all to really wrap that in your head. Someone is putting their life at risk, spending spending hundreds of thousands of dollars be to be a couple inches taller. So that way, I guess they're not teased, they're not bullied, but then they also fit in that criteria for women. Like, are y'all understanding that? Now I'm gonna say men's criteria for women. I don't think require surgery. Some females they get the surgeries like the BBLs and whatever else for themselves. Sure, some men are attracted to that, but I don't think men are out here saying, "Oh, you need to have a BBL for you to be with me. You need to have a unless I mean like unless they are and they're just not in my area, then I digress. But from what I've seen, most guys are not like that. They're okay with you being whatever it is. You know, you could be tall, you could be short, you could be whatever. Most guys are not that nitpicky. They might be like, oh, she has to have like a sense of humor or have some type of job or some sort of financial something. But then again, it's like at your growing age, you should already have that. So it's like check off the list. But what I do know is that we live in a society where men hate women and women hate men. I've never heard it more throughout. I think the last couple of years of women saying they hate men, and then most men being like they hate women. I just think that doesn't make sense. Y'all hate each other, but then y'all also want to be with one another. That doesn't make sense. It absolutely blew my like it blows my mind how crazy that is. But you know, I'm not part of that. I love my women. I support my guys as long as they don't discriminate and hate. Like I'm here to support anybody, but I can't do no hating. You can't hate on someone else because what? So what if just because you don't like them or they say something stupid, you telling me you hate all men because of one guy? That's calm down. Or just the majority of guys that you come with, that's calm down. Same thing vice versa. The guys who tell me they hate females, it's like for what? What do you hate her for? What do you hate women for? Because what? You just can't be as I guess like you can't treat them how you would expect. Sorry, women are strong. Some of them are very being independent. Like it's not going to work the way you used to think. Okay, but I feel like this hate culture that both men and women have for each other, it's actually quite ridiculous. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who started it, but it's like nobody at any point in time wants to finish it. It's just going to continue and continue on. But I fall nowhere near. I don't hate men. I don't hate women. I'm in between. Okay, I'm good with y'all both. At least I hope so. I don't know what I don't know. Somebody out there might have a different viewpoint of mine, but I think I'm in the middle. Like I'm on women and I'm on men's side. You know, I'm on everybody's side. I'm the middleman. Okay, but yeah, dating hard. They push people to go on the dating apps. I swear I've seen Tinder commercials more times in my life than I've seen like commercials about um, McDonald's or like health insurance. I didn't even know Tinder had ads, but apparently they're all over YouTube. I'm not so sure they've made their way to TV, but it's like Tinder is pushing it. You got Bumble going crazy. You got Hinge going ridiculous. You have all the dating apps. Even on TikTok, they be pushing it. Like I don't know what it's called, but it's something on TikTok they be pushing. Go out and date and mingle. They push for y'all to go out on these dating apps, and it's like most people don't trust dating apps. Most people hate that. They rather do face to face type thing, meet somebody at a bar or a party, and go that route. But dating apps are all over the place. I don't know how many dating apps there are, but there's dating apps for I think everything. For everything that you may be into, there's a dating app for it. Whether that be a short person, a tall person, a mixed person, somebody who's like, there's criteria for dating apps all over the world, and it blows my mind how many there are because it's like, geez, like people are this like specific, like they to specific to a T. They can't just date a person and then find out everything else afterwards. It's like they have to know from the jump, like they're this and that, and go out from there. Blows my mind. Dating is simulated. Dating is rigged, and dating is it's against like people. Dating is not for people. It seems like I think people don't want to date. I guess they just want to have already met the person and just stick. People who don't want to go through the ever ends of, oh, they date, they fall out, they date, they fall out, they fall out, and then the repeating cycle of introducing yourself to somebody new. You know, I can't say much upon that other than like, it happens. Everybody out there is going to experience that at least a couple times in their life. It really depends on who you meet with it, like, will, I guess, stop that from happening. For all you know, you might have met your one. For those people who are in a relationship, you may have met your one. You have met that person. Or maybe you haven't. I don't know. I can't tell y'all futures, but that's for you to find out. Like, especially now, it's the summertime. Or springtime about to be summer. People want to go outside with their bae. They want to have their vacations. They want to be traveling the world with their significant others, their partners. But then on the other hand, you have the hot boy, hot girl summers. People want to go crazy. People want to have the quote unquote rosters. They want to have their top prospects. They want to have all the next draft picks and whatever. Like they want to have the rotations. They want to have the people that they could have the little thing with throughout the summer. And I'm not gonna support it. I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm gonna say whatever you do you. You know, you do whatever you got to do. That's all I'm gonna say. But for those people who generally want to have a date and meet people, it's unheard of, almost very almost unheard of. You're not gonna see it very much, I guess, in my sort of generation. You might see it with a little bit of millennials because they're more likely to like, you know, actually not be psycho crazy and have somewhat of a, I guess like a simpler like expectation of what they want because they're a little bit more older, a lot more wiser. They understand that okay, I have a job, I make money. The person I'm looking for probably has a job, make money. That's fine. All I need to do is that they're just somebody I can trust. They won't have a good set list. They won't have a playbook of what they need and expect from somebody else. Of course, those stuff may come down later down the line, but off rip, off first introduction, they're not gonna know much. It's like okay, is this person real or not? That's all I need to know. Boom, bam, and they get that out the way. But my generation, my age group, we suck. Like dating is like I don't even know what to call it. I would say it's like a side quest. People put dating as like, oh, I'm dating means I'm dating the roster of people that I have, which is absolutely crazy. There's some few who are just like, I'm gonna date one person. If that doesn't work, whatever. But the majority of my age group is roster this, roster that, starting five. He's the one, the two. Or I have this person for food. I have this person for dates. I have this person for situationship. We are sloppy. Like we are some of the worst people I feel like would ever exist in the world. And most people like to think, oh no, it's just the men. A lot of these women out here are the same. I just don't understand where we got that mental from. Like who was like, you know what? This idea is so great. I'm gonna push it out everywhere and generalize it amongst the human race. Everybody out there is gonna understand what it's like or know what it is to be on a roster, a part of a roster, have one, whatever the case is. Who came up with that? Who started that? And why has that just been the thing? People claim that they want to have a great relationship, but then they can't because they're so worried about, oh, well, this guy, he doesn't do this, but I'm going to go meet this new guy because he does this. Or I have this one because she know how to treat me, but she don't have money like this one. Make that make sense? Tell me where I have it wrong. Because last time I checked, that was the lifestyle of people my age and a little bit younger, or maybe a little bit older. Like my little age group were terrible. I'm surprised society hasn't stopped us all. I'm surprised society hasn't been like, we need to put an end to this because we're hooked on, oh, dating. That's just a joke. We don't come here looking to date. We come here looking for short term situationships, and that's all we care for. I'm not saying this is everybody in my generation. Again, I'm not saying this is everybody in the age range of me, but it's a good majority, like a vast majority. And I get it. I'm assuming, like, people, I guess, they got hurt, and so they don't get hurt again. They start hurting other people. Like, yeah, hurt people hurt people, you know. And in some cases, you would think it would just stop. You would think, oh, why would I want to treat somebody else the way I was treated? I hated that feeling, so I'm gonna do it to somebody else. And in some cases, it's like those situationships don't ever last because someone ends up wanting more, and then it just ends up becoming a riff of like constant back and forth, back and forth. Somebody has to put a stop to it. Somebody has to be like, you know what, this is not good for either one of us. Let's end it. But no, but no. Somebody's gonna continue, and somebody's gonna like it won't ever stop. If anything, it'll just be a pause. Somebody's gonna be doing stuff with somebody else, and then y'all come back rekindle, and then it's the same question of what now? Like I want more, and then somebody's like, but like I didn't want that. I just you can't date like you used to. You can't have things like you used to. You can't do anything without nothing. Like it's like I would say like it's literally a challenge to just enjoy another person's company without things becoming more difficult and more catastrophic. It can't be simple. Nothing can be simple, especially in the dating pool. Like people have begun to make I don't know what do you want to call it compilations, reality TV shows, game shows of what it takes to date somebody else. And I know y'all see they line up, they pop the balloon, they give their reasons. Like somebody's gonna talk about, like a contestant comes in, like it's all, like for me example, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm 22, I have a job, I have a podcast, but pop the balloon just because I have a podcast because of everybody else out there. You just think, oh, I'm like this and that and everybody else, but that's all you're just generalizing. You don't even know me. But from there, boom, 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 pop, 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 balloons pop, and then you come out to find out, oh, he's actually a good guy. You said he has a job, he makes good money, he does this, he does that. He likes to do this. Oh my gosh, me and him relate. But you already popped your balloon because what? A podcast? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's simple things like that. Oh, Possibly because he dressed kind of he the way he dressed it just doesn't. I just don't like the way that he dressed. Okay, he could change that, but nothing else was wrong with him. Oh, I don't like her. She says she got a kid. Okay, you don't have to be stepfather. That's fine. Oh, I don't like her because she wearing a dress. So what? People's criteria, people's list, it's so stupid because I think it's just like anybody will find any reason not to date somebody else. Like you could, if you don't like them, that's understandable. But you could like them, they could be the perfect person, but because they work at what Wawa, it's a problem. They have a job, right? They pay bills, right? So what is the issue here? And no offense to Wawa, love my Wawa people. I love my Wawa people. I be going there in and out all the time because food A1, service A1, can't complain. So it's like I don't know what's happening. But yeah, the criteria that we have. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. You guys probably won't know either. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, people's criteria that they have for quote unquote significant others and partners are sometimes so unrealistic it doesn't make sense. It blows my mind that people even come up with these crazy scenarios and whatnot. Like if it's not, oh, they need to have a six-figure pay at a young age, or they need to be out here um, doing the ultimate, doing things that most people aren't even thinking of, like at this age or at the time. It's like, what type of real, like, what are you going on in life? Like, what do you really think is gonna happen here? Like, y'all people have the craziest requirements just to date a person. Like, y'all not even gonna marry them. You're just dating them. Like you're dating, not marriage. Like nowhere it says you're going to be guaranteed to marry, but you're like, just to date them, I need them to make this or to be dressed like that. What? What? Are you crazy? Like it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. And I think if people were to figure that out or not have such stupid requirements, and I'm sure I'm not gonna say like some of the stuff that you may want in a person are stupid, but a lot of unrealistic things like at the age of 24 you need to have six figures, you need making six figures, you need to have already have a house, you need to already have what? What? Like are you crazy? Like let's not be stupid people here. Let's not be wild and like rambunctious. Let's actually think like on a level, on a ground level, like here. Let's think surface level. Somebody who's 22 or 24 probably just got out of college, maybe even a little before, probably out of college, working. What makes you think they're going to be making six figures? You think they just woke up rich? In most cases, what makes you think they're just going to be able to get a job that would even make them six figures as a 24-year-old? Let's say they let's say they graduated college at 20, 21, 2 years out. Even if they were to get a great job, you think they're gonna be making 100K off rip? What job do you think they're gonna get with no experience and being fresh out of college? Again, these expectations they gotta be lowered down. They gotta be changed because they ain't making sense. I don't know what's going on with the world. I really don't. I don't know what's going on with dating. I don't know what's going on with the world. It's just like people have to really. All right, guys. So sorry. We had to, you know, make a quick change to the scenery. Our location previously seemed like it was getting haunted by I don't know what type of rodents. But yeah, as I was saying before, dating, crazy work. I think it's like a real skill in order to go out there in the dating world and actually do well, to be proficient. You know, in order to shoot good shots and hope that you don't like do terrible, I would assume like you just have to take the shot and hope for the best. But again, it's like you gotta. I feel like you gotta do some research. You gotta do some some analytics. You gotta collect some data about type of people that you're interested in, what type of guy you like, what type of girl you like, whatever the case is. You gotta do some prior history. See what it takes. See what is being required, what's being asked before I guess even putting up a shot and hoping to even like possibly get a mate. It's a I would say it's not as difficult as you know it probably is going to be in the future. But right now, it's a struggle. Doesn't matter like what you do, whether it be like have somebody be like getting and finding somebody hard, and then hoping that they'll even respond, and then talk like the whole process of like dating. It's a hard thing. Like finding someone that you like, hoping that they like you, the talking, the play, the whole everything. It's too much. It's too much. Like there's so many like I guess barriers or things that are put up that just makes it even worse, makes it even harder to for like that to even happen. And I know, you're thinking, I got it in the bag, I'm a ladies' man, or oh, men love me because whatever, whatever, because I got this and my hair, whatever criteria you think you have in place right now, you need to revamp. Because I think right now we're in the early stages of it being hard. It's just gonna get harder from here. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you don't date. Because again, I don't want your future love life to go crazy, and then you sit here and think, oh, I didn't date this person because I don't want no ties to your future relationship, whether it goes bad or you can't find one or anything because of me. Keep that out of here. Do not bring it back to me because again, I will deny it. I will deny everything you say I told you, everything that you learned from me, everything. I will deny it to the T unless it's a positive thing. But everything else, deny, deny, deny. That's what I'm talking. Yeah. I don't think there's a way to make it easier. I don't think there is. Probably is no way for dating to be easier. Um, I guess it's gonna be more challenging, more difficult. You gotta be. That just means you gotta be more creative, more out of your comfort zone, more out of the box when it comes to your thought, your preparation, and everything else. You know. Um, any advice I would give you, no matter who you are, boy or girl or whatever, I'm gonna need y'all to sit back, sit down, think, understand that the world is going to be changing, which means the way you do stuff, it's going to have to change. Nowadays, you can't really just ask somebody, do you want to be my boyfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? No. You got to go above and beyond. You got to do the extravagant. And if you need help, I would suggest watching How I Met Your Mother. That show would give you the real ins and outs. Because Ted, he's a lover boy at heart. He shows the hundreds of ways you could do top notch stuff. If you need some advice, go talk to the boy Ted. He'll give you the ins and outs. Um, so yeah, dating struggles, hard, complicated task. But I won't say that it's gonna be the worst unless we figure out a way to stop this. Because as I said before, these criteria, these lists, these higher upper things that you want in a partner, please, please, like please make them realistic. Make them manageable at least. Because again, if I'm 24 and you're asking me what's my salary, is it 100K or more? I'm gonna stop right there and tell you to have a good night's stay. You know, I'm gonna tell you, don't even finish your sentence. No, I'll pay for the bill, and we don't have to see each other again. Because again, that's ridiculous. That's insane. 100K. Most people right now in this current day, adults, don't make that much. So I'm just sitting here wondering, what do you expect of me as a 24-year-old? Like 24-year-old, fresh out of college. What the? And then it would be crazy because I know most most guys when it comes to dating, specifically, I think guys, it's like it's a lot harder for them because they're the ones that's supposed to be the financial stable or like bring in all the stuff. But we can't really flip the script on women, and I'm not really expecting us to. You know, I I don't get it. You know, I do not understand it at all. Dating doesn't have to be as hard as people have made it. It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be a simple, oh, I like them. They look nice. They look cute. They dress nice. They're handsome, whatever. And then, you ask them, oh, would you like to go do this? Boom. They say yes. They say no. Simple. And then if it continues on, then the possibility of, okay, this is my person, my partner, my boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And it becomes that simple. Now it's like, oh, what car do you drive? Why does that matter? I have a car, right? Nah, I can't be seen in what? How much money do you make? Why? Oh, what do you bring to the table? Why does that matter? Like, dating is so complicated. It's so complex for no reason. Like, I'm pretty sure people would have a better chance of finding the next number of pi than getting a date because dating is just so ridiculous. And again, it should not be. So I'm gonna need you guys out there who are just like, yeah, I want dating to go back to being simple, simplistic. Break the standard. Break whatever people have in place. Those lists, those priorities, those standards. Cut them down. Chop them. Again, there's nothing wrong with having standards, but those over realistic standards, cut them. Stop them. Please get rid of them because it does not make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It literally is gonna ruin dating for every single person if you have these unrealistic things. Because at some point you're just gonna think, oh, people don't like you. No, no, no. So they don't like you. They don't like the standards that you have in place. Most times you have things in your mind that you just expect people to just be there with you. In some cases, it's not that at all, and that's all right. But we have to understand that in order for dating to be simple, we have to be simple. Sometimes it's okay to be basic, but basic with a niche of whatever it is that you want. Whether it be, okay, you want them to have good morals, okay, that's fine. But you want them to be what? A doctor, a lawyer, or you want them to be making $100,000 at the ages of me, myself, and I? You're, you're joking. You're joking. Like, the fact that people still have the balloon shows airing and they're making millions of dollars off of it, off of stupidity, it's crazy. I get it, you need entertainment, but that's horrible entertainment. Because those are realistic things that people are pushing out that they want a person to have. Does not make sense to me. And I say, for you people right now, don't be like them. And what's crazy is a lot of it is the older generation. You see a lot of people who are like 25, 20 and upper. There's very few of like the younger people on those shows. It's a lot of people who are upper who may have some kids or who may be willing to start a family who also have these crazy like requirements. There also are some few, but again, we gotta do better. We must do better, or else I'm gonna say this now. Dating's gonna just die out. It's gonna I don't know how people are supposed to meet their person in the future because dating is just not gonna be it. So I don't know, man. I need y'all to get it correct and do better. Absolutely, literally, just do better. Because I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna flip tables. I'm gonna throw hands. I'm gonna crash out to the full extent. If I have to sit here and listen to another show about how, oh, I don't want to date them because they dress better than me. If you don't shut, like if you don't like, let me calm down. But yes, I appreciate all for being here and listening. And don't forget to tell somebody else out there who might be going through this problem right now. Share the word, spread the motto. Let them understand that it does not have to be hard. It can be very simple. Look over your standards and think, is this realistic? Or is this something that I would see in Rapunzel? Is this something that Cinderella thought about? The fantasies. Understand what's real, understand what isn't. Alright. Peace.